Hello and welcome to Save Your Photos Month. My name is Allison Freedman and I am a certified professional photo organizer based in Chicago, Illinois. In my prior life, I was an attorney, but please don't hold that against me. One aspect of my job as a certified photo manager is to help clients choose the right photo storage solution for them. This is normally cloud-based and there are many to choose from. One large consideration in picking the right storage solution for my clients are their privacy concerns. And that is why I'm here today discussing this with all of you. Today's topic is photo privacy. Specifically, over the next 10 or so minutes, we'll talk about what is it, why should you care, some safety tips to help you share your photos, and some tips on where to store your photos, keeping privacy in mind. Let's start with the basics. We all have an idea of what privacy means in real life. It's the idea that we can do what we want without others watching us, or looking at our stuff, or peeping through our windows, being able to control what others see. But how does that relate to our photos? What does privacy mean in the ever-expanding world of the internet? The general idea is not so different. Because in general, as I said, privacy is the ability to be free from observation by others and free from disturbance by others. Photo privacy is similar. It's an expectation that your personal photos are not tracked on the internet without your consent. Why does photo privacy matter? To you, it may or may not matter. But if you're watching this talk, I'm guessing that you have at least thought about it. Our photos contain a lot of information. So let's take a look at one quick example of what you can find and learn from somebody else's photo. Here's an example of a photo you've probably seen before, very popular on the first day of school. If this photo were out in the wild, think about everything that you could learn about this little girl. Her name, her age, her approximate birth date, what she likes to do, what she likes to wear, where she lives potentially, that she has an empty house on the day of posting. You might also get some geographical information, or you could take this photo and stick it under Google Lens and figure out probably exactly where she is. There's all sorts of information you could learn about this little girl, Emily. And by the way, I have no idea who Emily is because I literally copy and pasted this particular photo from the internet just by searching for first day of school photos. In all likelihood, this came initially from somebody potentially selling these cute little posters on Etsy, and they purposefully put it out there, but I have no idea if that's true. This is why we need to be aware and cognizant of where our photos are and who might have access to them. Now knowing the types of information that can be determined from your photos, assess your risk. Are you an A or a B? The A photo personality loves having easy access to your photos and likes to share with family and friends. The B photo personality is primarily concerned with keeping photos safe from prying eyes. B doesn't care a whole lot about sharing digitally and probably has very little presence on social media. Most of us are somewhere in between. We want to share our photos, but we also want to keep them safe. When assessing your risk level, consider this. If you cannot handle the idea of someone somewhere that you do not know possibly seeing or doing something with one of your photos, then you cannot put it on any cloud service and you cannot share it via any method with anyone, period. This is the far end of the spectrum and not where most of us fall, but it's worth thinking about because no matter how secure a cloud service might be, how strong the privacy policies are, it can always be hacked. And that hacking can include your photos. If you only keep your photos on an external drive occasionally attached to your computer, the risk is much less. There's still a slight risk, but if someone can always come and, burgle your house, but it's a much lower risk. There is not a zero risk solution that I am aware of. So think about what is most important to you and what risk level you can tolerate. For most people, the benefits of a cloud service outweigh the risk. So where should you store your photos? There are two primary ways of storing photos. The first is locally, in our homes, in boxes, in photo albums, on your computer, or on an external hard drive. This is a great method if you have little to no tolerance for risk and want to keep them as buttoned up as possible. But it's much harder to enjoy your photos. If you're at lunch with friends and your photos are at home, you can't just pull out your phone and show your friends that cute picture of your puppy that you took that morning. But you can still access them at home. The second option is to put your photos onto a cloud service. This is a great way to share with friends and family, either on social media or at lunch, or to make a digital album to send of a great trip that you've just taken. It also makes it easier to order photo books and gifts, and you also get an off-site copy should catastrophe strike your house. But online does open you up to potential privacy violations. Where is the biggest risk? Most people think that the cloud service is the problem, either because of hacking or because they will use your photos in advertising or for some other purpose. But the big photo storage sites today have pretty good privacy policies, and I urge you to read them. They are highly unlikely to take your photos and use them in ads or anywhere else. They may, just by the nature of you storing photos with them, advertise to you for other photo-related products, but they're unlikely to take your photos and stick them out on a billboard. On the other hand, how and who we share our photos with personally is far more likely to end up causing some kind of privacy violation. Think about the slide with the picture of Emily. Her parents post photos like that all the time on Facebook and Instagram and other places where anybody who has access can just take that photo and do whatever they want with them. So you might want to be careful about what you post and where you're posting it, but also who are you sending your photos to and what might they be doing with them? When you share your photos, think about how you would feel if those photos show up on the internet for all to see. For some photos, this might not matter. For other photos, this could matter a great deal. If I send my mom a photo of a lion that I took in Africa, I'm okay with that photo showing up wherever and whenever. But if I'm sharing a photo of my kid at bath time, not so much. When privacy breaches occur, they're far more likely to occur because of our own sharing habits and not because of the cloud storage site we might be using. Yes, we can be hacked, but that is far less likely than a friend taking a photo you sent to her and sharing it with others or on social media. So think about, before you post a photo, text a photo, email a photo, how would you feel if the whole world could see it? And think about who you are sharing that photo with. And do you trust that recipient to follow the same privacy patterns that you would? Aside from text and email sharing, which are generally only a photo or two at a time, another popular means of sharing is sharing by link. What is link sharing? Most cloud platforms will allow you to select a group of photos, and then it will generate a link that you can text or email a recipient. So what happens is the recipient then gets that link, clicks on it, and they will be led to the photos that you selected to show to them. What is the problem? Well, if I select, say, 15 photos to share with my friend Bob, Bob can then take the link that I sent to him and send it to whoever he wants. And now those photos that I meant for Bob are being viewed by, say, Bob's soccer team or Bob's friends and family, people that I had no intention of sharing those photos with. Clearly, I should have a long talk with Bob about privacy, but on the flip side, a better way of sharing with Bob would have been to select those photos and use something called invited sharing, which many platforms offer. The difference with invited sharing is that when the recipient clicks on the link, they have to log in to an account. And if they are not logging in with the email that I provided to the provider, they won't be able to get in. So invited sharing is a much safer way to control who is seeing your photos. Some of the platforms that allow for invited sharing are Google, Amazon, Forever, and SmugMug. There are others as well, and it's something that you should look for because it provides you with a bit more security. A word about sharing with passwords. Some cloud services allow you to share and provide a password, so the recipient cannot get to the photos without the password. And you might think that this is more secure. Hypothetically, it is a little bit better than link sharing. However, 9 times out of 10, people who share this way put the link and the password in the same email or text. This does nobody any good as they can both be forwarded along to whoever. So next time, if you're using a password for any purpose, send it separately from the link. I have just scratched the surface of photo privacy in this short talk, but I hope I have given you a few things to think about, and I thank you for joining me today. If you'd like to learn more about cloud storage, sharing, and privacy, head over to the Save Your Photos Month resource page on my website, where I have a free download for you.